Hola Colchoneros, this is me, Alex, and as usual, I have Saint Keeks with me. Welcome to Atleti Fanatics, and make sure you like and subscribe our videos, and again, help us reach 500 subscribers. And congratulations, guys! Finally, we won a trophy. We won the Sela Cup, which again doesn't make sense. And someone told me like we won around 30 million pounds something with that trophy. I don't know if it's true or not. Is it?
I don't know how true that. I mean, it's a friendly. That can't be right, could it?
Yeah, exactly. I was like 30 million pounds for winning the trophy. I was like, wait, what? But yeah, I mean, it's it's just those friendly trophies, like for example, like Man United and Fiorentina had recently that Snapdragon Cup. So yeah, it's one of those. It doesn't make sense, but it's good to have a silverware. Like even when the players lifted the trophy, like Koke was like, was trying to hype them, and no one was actually celebrating. They were like, yeah, like it just reminded me of those Minions movie when they play football and everyone's like, yeah, with the flag and everything. But yeah, I mean, it's good for the confidence, obviously. But about the game, I mean, I saw a lot of positive things and I saw some negative things as well. But I would say like I saw more of positive things than negative things in this match, so which was good. I can finally see the players linking up,
Mm-hmm.
and Alex Baena has literally walked into the team and like he's literally gelling with the players so fast because from the last match against Porto, again it was just his first one, but like the second match, I mean like we couldn't see the match against Rayo Vallecano, which again guys, like if you guys don't know, we played a friendly match against Rayo Vallecano which ended in a 1-1 draw,
Didn't get to
which
see it.
yeah, we didn't get to see it obviously for obvious reasons. I don't know, but anyway, Griezmann scored in that match, and Griezmann scored a very, very good goal in that match. Then moving on to this match, I would say again Alex Baena. Alex Baena, you can literally see he's connecting with the players. Like he has his link up play with the Atleti players right now is like it's improving match by match, which is like very good to see. Someone adapting athletic football so quickly within a few matches. I mean, like it's just preseason, and I can't wait for La Liga to start, which is next weekend only. So Alex Baena, I'm really happy for him. I didn't expect a few passes from him, which he actually nailed on spot on. Which like he created very good chances in the first half itself, and then Mateo Rogeri, finally we can see him. Like he looks much more fit. In this match, he looked much more fit than the match against Porto. Again, Rayo Vallecano, I don't know how he played, but in this match, he looks very fit. Again, like I'm taking it back. Rogeri might start the first La Liga. Will start the La Liga games, when the season starts, because again, this guy looks fit now.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just start actually with the first half itself. I would say we were pretty good like at the start of the match, and then we kind of like lost the momentum, and
Mm.
then first I'll talk about the positive things and I'll talk about the negative things, which I think the negative things which I saw was only from the first half itself, because Jolinton could have scored at least 2-3 goals against us easily in
He
the
missed
first half.
four big chances in the first half alone.
In the first half, exactly. So I mean, like this is the only negative point I have from the Newcastle game, which again is we are still not good defensively. Like I mean, like that's Jolinton. Let's say if we're playing a Champions League match against Man City, Haaland is there. He'll take those chances. He'll score
Mm-hmm.
those headers. So I mean, defensively we're still lacking. I mean, like we're still leaky, especially aerially as well. Lenormand and David Hancko, they couldn't do it with Jolinton, and I mean nobody could. Jolinton literally had 2-3 chances from the head,
One
which
more
was
so.
exactly which I think at least one of them deserved a goal actually. And again, but also to the point, Giuliano looked good, and then Llorente, I would say in the first half the chances we had, Llorente would actually like he thought of passing the ball to Alex Baena, which I thought is gonna take a shot to the goal, and then he just passed the ball, which I was like, come on, that's a chance wasted. So again, Llorente had a good game, Giuliano had a good game. The right hand side, like we know, is pretty much covered. And then we saw Alex Baena creating those few chances as well. Again, a long ball to Giuliano, which again I don't know what he did, which was a very bad finish from him. And then Alex Baena again to Matteo Ruggeri, which Matteo Ruggeri took the shot, but again I would say it was a half a chance. So, and then again the tactics we are seeing Saint Keeks is similar. Alex Baena is dropping in midfield to create those chances. And not to mention, Johnny Cardoso had another good game. And this time, Gallagher had a pretty decent game as well with Johnny Cardoso. So, I mean, again, talks are going on with Gallagher leaving Atletico de Madrid, which I don't know if are true or not.
Yeah.
But let's see.
It was supposed to be some kind of custody battle between us and Newcastle.
Yeah, exactly. But let's see how that pans out. But first half, I would say defensively, we were still a bit leaky because again, Jolinton could have scored easily, and I think they did deserve at least one goal from the stances. I mean, this is what concerns me actually. Like, as Atleti fan, like me seeing my team struggling aerially, that's
Bizarre, right? Strange,
yeah, I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it. Like someone threatening us from crosses, and like we just can't do anything about it. Which again, we have to figure out something for this. I don't know. Maybe Lenormand, David Hancko. David Hancko has a pretty good game as well. Like we could see the positive signs in him. Again, he's still not 100% fit in my eyes. Even though Jerry is not 100% fit, it'll take time. But I think like they're showing their potential. But yeah. Anyway, Saint Keeks, your thoughts on the first half?
I quite like the first half. I didn't like how it ended because of the same thing that we just mentioned, where a lot of the chances were coming from Newcastle's way. But in terms of the first half, I didn't really like the way, the PSG start off where they kick the ball straight into the opponent half. But it was clearly there was a decision there, which is we're trying to get across how to press in that first half, which is what we kind of did a lot of. So off the ball, we were pressing between, doing a lot of really high presses with Cardoso coming further forward, not Gallagher, which so Simeone is using his defensive midfielder to be pressing, which is probably why he wanted Cardoso more so than maybe Barnett here. And you saw us getting the ball quite often in that first like 10, 20 minutes. We were taking the ball off of them. We had Giuliano, we had Alvarez and Baena pushing between these things. It was really good to watch. I didn't see too much of Almeida in the first half, to be honest with you. Saw more of it in the second half, which we'll talk about. But Elanga was like terrorizing Ruggeri in that first half. he was making it hard for him. But I understand. Elanga is a very fast player. I did a little watch along with my friend Steve, where we were talking about things like Elanga's on the same kind of speed level as like Alfonso Davies and like Mbappe. Like this is like top of the top in terms of speed. You won't come across that quite often in La Liga. I think the only players you'll come across is probably what Yamal, maybe what's his name from Rayo Vallecano, the left winger. But it's like there's few and far between when it comes to La Liga. Would that be a problem in Champions League? It might be. So it's now as a matter of figuring out the defensive aspects, as you said, in terms of when you feel uncomfortable about these positions, how you make the defensive shape, who comes from the midfield to come and help him out.
I mean, he's still not 100% fit. I
Yeah,
think like
nothing wrong with
he
that.
still lacks fitness. Yeah.
I think we saw a lot of his good moments whenever he overlapped, when he was taking that width, when he was be able to link up off the ball, when his shot towards Pope was very nice. I think we've seen a lot of his good traits. I think defensively he's been fairly good. It's sad because it's like the players that he's going against are some really good players. So I think that's a good way to gauge where he needs to be and where he is right now and where we can expect to improve. And I really liked Hancko. I think off the ball he's been really bizarrely funny. Like he reminds me a lot of ways of Omoso, because that first shot that we got where I was like, who is that? And I was like, what, Hancko? It just fizzed right across. That could have easily been a goal. That was a really good shot. And getting a centre back who can be involved both in the offense as well as the defense does remind me a lot of him also in a really nice way. But defensively, he's shown a nice level. Uh, I didn't like the aerial aspect, as you said. I, uh, I didn't feel comfortable. The fact that Joelinton got so many free headers in our boxes not feel good. Will hopefully that comes to fix. Maybe Jimenez comes around and fixes that. We'll see how that goes.
At one point, I thought Korean Trippier gonna score against us with
Hmm?
a free kick. At one
Yeah,
point, I thought
we almost scored
Trippier.
against us direct, which was it wouldn't have broken my heart, but because it's still Trippier, but it's just like oof, really testing us here, boy. But I liked a lot what we did with the right hand side. Remember in the first game with the Atleti Porto, where Giuliano and Llorente weren't doing as much, but today they were really good, and I like to see Giuliano in that kind of half space where he can be dictate and be a little more scary. So I wish he did score in that first chance he got. Anyway, that was good. That was a good first half. I think we got to see the fundamentals. We need to fix some of the defending, maybe get a centre back, but that's good. It's a good start. What did you
Indeed, indeed. And second half, I would say again, I think it was pretty end-to-end game until we scored from that counter attack, and then after that, like the game switched, and
Mm-hmm.
then the substitutions came and everything. But until those moments, I think like until that Julián Álvarez goal, I think the game was very end-to-end, and again, like you didn't know like where it's gonna go. And I still, again, like I said, like I don't see any player in the team right now like who's 100% fit. I don't see anyone because again, like as the season progress, I think it's gonna take like a couple of La Liga games as well until our team really connects and like everyone is at their 100%. It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna take time. Until then, we have, I think, like we will struggle, and especially the fact that like we have our first game, which is our away game. I mean, I don't know, like it's gonna show a lot of, like it's gonna show a lot of guts to win that match. It's not gonna be easy.
Could
But anyway,
find out at home too.
exactly. Anyway, we're gonna talk about the second half. So second half again, like I said, like until the Julian Alvarez goal, it was very end to end. Here comes the counter attack again. A very very good ball to Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez runs, and then a very bad pass from Julian Alvarez,
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
and then Álex Baena is there, and I thought like the chance is gone, and I don't know how he managed to sneak that pass to Julian Alvarez. I couldn't believe it. It went through the legs of the defender. I mean, I've like we talked about this as well when we signed Álex Baena.
Hmm.
This guy goes for the legs a lot.
Yeah, you mentioned
And,
it. It's like he does it a
ex-
lot, a lot, a lot.
exactly, this guy goes for the legs a lot. Even I think that through ball to Ruggieri, I think that was through the legs as well.
Hmm.
Like this guy literally finds the space between the legs, and even in that moment, like I saw, and I don't know like how he managed to like let the ball sneak into the legs and it ends up to Julian Alvarez's feet. And I was like, wow, you know what? Baina deserved an assist in this game because of the chances he created in the first half as well. And finally, he got his first assist for Atletico de Madrid, and that to Julian Alvarez, which is again, it's really good to see Alex
Hmm.
Baena actually providing. I think if again it's gonna take time, but like slowly it's progressing. We can see Alex Baena dropping in midfield, trying to create those chances. As the as the matches progress, we'll see Alex Baena more and more. He'll create more and more chances, and hopefully, our strikers can finish it. And anyway, so Alex Baena provides with the first assist. We have Julian Alvarez scoring the first goal,
Yeah.
and then we are 1-0 up. And then I think then the game, like like everything settled down, and
Hmm.
then the game was like just passing around here and there, uh, not that end to end and intense. And then came the substitutions, which again Newcastle fans were booing for some reason. I'm like, what do you guys expect? It's a preseason game. Obviously, we'll change our
Yeah.
whole 11.
Not too
uh,
sure about that one, but we move on.
exactly. Anyway, so we change our whole 11, and then comes in Griezmann, Sørloth, Tofik, Yano. Yano is being looking really good in this preseason. And Tofik was really good as well against Newcastle, I would say. I mean, like against Porto, it was still like like he was
A little
he
shaky.
a little shaky. In this game, he was much better. Again, because like he obviously like first playing first game for Atletico de Madrid against Porto. So again, there was this nervousness can actually like make you do those mistakes. But now he looks much more confident. He almost got the goal as well, which I
Hmm.
really wish like he would have. But anyway, Yano has been pretty impressive as well, and then Sørloth, Griezmann, and then who else was there in midfield? I forgot. It was Tofik, and then we were playing with
Okay.
Molina, Koke, yeah, and then defense was again Molina, Havigalan, and then the rest of the defenders were one was Pubil. Uh,
Hancko was on for a little while longer until they switched to longer.
right. Again, Pubil is like starting to like show his good potential as well in the centre back position.
I really wanted him to play right
Yes.
back.
I think they're gonna turn him into a centre back. I told you right, like when we signed him, like we might turn him
Yeah.
into a centre back. But I mean, like it's gonna take. It's way too early for Pupil to play as a centre back. But again, like it's good that we can see him actually
Mhm.
play in this preseason game. He might play in La Liga as well as a centre back coming on in the second half. We
Well,
might see that
let's
as well.
let's see how that goes. I think he can play. I think he can play a right centre back where he can make those runs and be, like you could see the best of him in both the right centre back and the right back roles. But it's a centre back. Like that's a lot
We
of
will,
that. Yeah,
we
that's a lot
will,
of.
we will see him. We will see him. I think like we will definitely see him as a centre back. Again, next was Carlos Martin. Again, I'm not really impressed by him. No, you can you can go on a loan or sell him. I'm not really impressed with Carlos Martin. That's the only player I wasn't really impressed with. But anyway, we move on. Sørloth looks very sharp, to be honest. I don't know. Like
I,
he just looks different. He just looks different. I mean, like I don't know. Maybe it's just the moment or anything, but he looks
yeah.
different. This guy looks different. This guy looks different. And the second name I'm gonna say, Griezmann looks different, and especially to everyone watching right now, Griezmann announced that he's gonna cut his hair. That's the. I mean that you can consider that as a signing in itself.
Yeah.
Griezmann. That's a good signing, I would say. So anyway, so Sørloth with nice dribble, getting past Trippier, plays the ball to Griezmann, and Griezmann scoring with the toe poke, which very good finish by Griezmann, I would say. And then he's finally doing that celebration, and yeah, I hope it continues in La Liga as well. But a very good finish from Griezmann. Griezmann starting to look good. As soon as he mentioned he's gonna cut his hair, he's starting to
Hmm.
look good. So yeah, we might see Griezmann in his best as well if we see the Griezmann as we saw last season. In the first few months, if we see the same version, we have a lot of creators up front, and hopefully it can work out for us. But anyway, Griezmann with a great finish, and then Javi Galan had a pretty good game as well, I would say. With some
Defensively,
few.
it was a bit
I mean,
surprising.
but offensively, he had pretty good moments. I would say again that pass to Tofik, like we mentioned, he almost scored. So Javi Galan has a pretty good game as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I hope it continues. As we progress into the season, I hope it continues. Javi Galan could give Mateo Rogeri a good competition. My thoughts would be second half was much I would say good in a perspective that we got to see our academy players, and we got to see like they're getting confident as well. That's a good side to see. But yeah, anyway, you go on, Saint Geeks.
Um, yeah, to build off of what you said, I think I agree in terms of the way that we followed through in terms of the second half is all of the good things that we did in the first half. We got to see it on even better levels. We got to see same kind of pressing things. We saw Taufik getting the ball off of players. We saw a lot. I just want to get this off my chest real quick. That Sørloth go past to Griezmann is the most bizarre thing I saw because I was like, that was one of the worst dribbles I've ever seen. How did it get to Griezmann? I was like, what? It was so weird. I was like, Not that I hate it. Like I'm happy for him, and it was a smart play to do. But I was like, there's two defenders. He should not have this ball still. But more power to him. And then he has been looking good in this preseason so far. I think he was decent in the Porto game, and then he looked pretty good this game. I think we didn't get to see the Rayo game, and then as you mentioned, we'll start off with the first part, which is the Baena. That pass that Baena got, where he basically recovered a ball that seemed like the play was done, got the ball through the legs, he kind of feinted it, almost making it seem like he was going to take a shot across the keeper, only to pass it through the person's leg. It's like, wow, okay, so we paid good money for him. My bad. Okay, I didn't realize how good you were. I already knew you were good. You know, so I think this is going to be a good partnership in terms of going forward. Um, Almada had a more involved second half, although he didn't really stay on very long.
I forgot Almada. I forgot Almada. Like I
Yeah.
couldn't even mention him because l- like you said, like I think he wasn't really in the game.
Mhm.
Almada I could see in a few passes here and there, but like I think he couldn't really get involved in the game that much.
No,
But
no,
yeah, I forgot Almada. I seriously forgot Almada.
that shouldn't be a consistent theme, but it may be. But anyway, but he was more involved in the second half. I do wish he doesn't go down as much. I think that was very frustrating. He kept on looking to the referee for fouls that I think weren't really fouls. He played to the whistle. You know what I mean? So we'll see what that is. That's not a big deal. I hope going forward. But Yano and Taufik were really good. I loved seeing Taufik off the ball in terms of his movements. Koke being able to supplement both of the youngsters in the midfield and giving them their chances. Yano was really, really nice. I didn't expect Yano to be able to shield the ball as well as he did for somebody of his stature. It was really nice to see, especially from a physical team like Newcastle, who are very, very good at what they do in terms of that. So Gallagher was good in the first half, but in terms of Taufik being able to roll right past Joelinton and get the ball where he needs to go in, it's like there's clearly signs of a really good player. And the same thing with Yano. Um, Galan, as you said, he had a good half. I think he was decent in the game. I think defensively he was actually surprisingly very good on the day. I don't think we'll see a lot of that. If last season is any indication, I don't think we'll see that very often. But when he's on it, he's on it. Um, Offensively, he was on it today. On the day, I liked what he did, being able to pull back and these other things. And I guess when he has Sørloth, now you have the actual option of crossing it in and having that presence there, so you can actually draw away the defenders and create these things. Unlike in the other game, where he's crossing, there's nobody above 5'9" in the box, so it doesn't make any sense. And then you can't pull it back because they're expecting a pullback because there's no reason to cross it there. So part of that kind of helps with his dimensions of how he can attack. Um, what else, boy? I really liked Hancko when he made that run into the box though.
Yeah,
Fun.
yeah, I know. We
Yeah.
finally have a defender like who can actually like do those make those runs, and Hansko like he has pretty good pace as well actually.
Yes.
So that's a,
What were you
that's a
gonna
good
say?
point. I was about to say like like since you were mentioning, I was about to say like Pablo Barrios is set like yet to join the group. So again, like imagine the midfield will
To
have
look
when
forward to.
yeah exactly when Pablo Barrios will join. So I mean like we're keeping Pablo Barrios literally out of the conversation, and Pablo Barrios is one of our main guys this season. And again, so just to mention this, I think we should not sign a midfielder. Again, it might be controversial, but I don't think we should sign a midfielder because again, I want to see Tofik get more minutes. You know,
Mm.
because with this midfield, I think Tofik has a chance of getting more minutes in La Liga as well. So it'll be good to see like Tofik as a future player for Atletico de Madrid who get more minutes. So I think, yeah, I don't think we should sign a midfielder at all. So yeah, I think we're pretty much covered for the midfield part
I
if
agree.
Toffee
I,
continues to play like this.
I was feeling I wasn't sure like 100, but I jokingly tweeted it before, but I wasn't 100% sure. But it's like after seeing it yesterday, where like when we saw it, it was just like it's starting to like you see the how quickly he can really impact a game. And I know again it's a preseason, but we saw a lot of really good traits, and I think when you look in terms of a box-to-box player like a Barrios, where you see at 17 a player who's capable of being able to roll these things in different ways. Like this is a Champions League level team in Newcastle. We're probably going to see them, maybe even face them in Champions League this coming season. So, and he already has a good enough traits that I think if we were to play against a lower level Champions League team, lower level Copa del Rey team, or a team in maybe the lower half of the La Liga, you could rack up some minutes, and maybe we'll see him get even better. And if he does get that better level, we'll probably get to see what he can display on the big stage eventually. Maybe not this season per se, but with time, I think I've been excited. I think the last time we both got excited about our midfield was probably what Barrios was like. Barrios was that guy, you know what I mean? So, and Yano has given a really nice dimension in terms of if, say, Almada or maybe Baena wants to take a rest, maybe we could see what we could do with Yano after we were winning a game or something like that. Maybe the same with Ryan. We'll see. But
No, I don't see Ryan actually. I don't see because again, like if Ryan would have impressed Simeone, he would have been included in these matches.
nah,
So the fact,
there's a whole weird internal. We won't talk about it today, but there's a weird internal.
yeah, I mean, like it's different. But yeah, I was just about saying about the midfield situation. I think we don't need to sign any midfield for sure
You,
because
however, need a centre back because I'm not convinced.
we do need a center back. We do because just in case if we have to play three at the back, we don't really have a center back. So we definitely need a center back.
Right. So
Again, I would say it's too early for Mark Pubil to play as a center back. Which again, I see if Simeon doesn't get his center back, Mark Pubil will play as a center back. So then eventually we'll have five center backs, which again Jimenez, Lenomad,
I,
Hancko,
I
Longley,
don't
and
know.
then Mark Pubil.
I
So
don't like the fact that Simeone has to like we just did one of our most expansive transfer markets, and Simeone is still having to pull one of those cat out the bag. Yeah, Barrios is a DM now, or Cookie is a DM now, you know, or Lino is a midfielder because we don't have any midfielders, or you know what I mean. Like these moments, I think fine in a vacuum, but when you have clearly motion and ideas of what you want your squad to be, and you haven't started the the full season yet, try to fix that earlier than now. I would like another centre back. Like Paddy is possibly going to buy a Leverkusen.
Bayer Leverkusen, yeah, it's too late. It's too late.
It's
It's
too
gone. He's
late.
gone.
It's probably too late. But
Yeah, I mean, like I think I kind of don't see Atleti signing any centre back again. We saw Renato Viega as well. Again, Renato Viega might head somewhere else as well.
it's a shame.
Like it's a shame because I really like the player. But anyway, I think like we won't sign a centre back unless and until there's a sale, and the only person I see in that area is Nahuel Molina. If Nahuel Molina leaves, then we can sign a centre back, and then Marco Bill can play as a right back, and then yeah, we can get a centre back. But again, like with Nahuel Molina staying, I don't see us signing a centre back. I don't see us signing a centre back at all because Molina is staying. So I think Marco Bill, you can consider Marco Bill as a new centre back for us. Just like just disagree to whatever you call, like disagree to agree, or yeah, whatever. But anyway, talking about the signing, guys, we have. This is what I was afraid of, and like, yeah, it actually happened. We have signed Giacomo Raspadori. Like we talked about this last time as well. Again, guys, I love the player. Don't get me wrong. I love Giacomo Raspadori. I love him for Napoli. I love him for Italy. I love this guy. This guy is a perfect super sub. This guy can use both of his feet. I don't know, like if anyone watches Syria. This guy, like literally, his left foot is really good, even though like it's his weak foot. And again, this guy is a good set piece taker as well. This guy is much more like a number 10, like who plays behind the striker.
Right.
But but we already have Thiago Almada. Like, why did we like like waste money. Literally, we already have Thiago Almada, we have Baena. But anyway, I'm just gonna say Almada. If we didn't have Almada, if we didn't sign Almada, I would have said Raspadori. Perfect signing. Nail on signing. Perfect signing. I would have been very, very happy with the signing if we didn't have Thiago Almada. But now we have Thiago Almada. Now I'm not really, really happy with the signing. Even though Raspadori is a really, really good player, he's a very clutch player, you know.
Mm.
He can come off the bench, he can create those chances, he can score chances as well. But it's just the fact that like why another number 10 doesn't really make sense. But
Mm.
again, he's a Colchonero now. Like I'm gonna back him 100%. He's an Atletico de Madrid player, obviously.
I'm a
Um,
hater. If I want to hate a player, I'll hate him.
what the hell, bro?
No, I'm joking. I'm
uh,
joking. But yeah.
I'm gonna back him. I'm gonna back this guy again. Like he's in our team now, so obviously, anything you do, like we're with him now.
Mhm.
But I don't know like how Simeone will align these players now. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see because again we're using 4-4-2 as we've seen as of now. So I don't know like how he'll fit the players. Let's see how it happens. I think like the only position I see Raspadori playing is that left midfield position as a substitute for Álex Baena. That's the only position I see Raspadori playing in this team. But anyways, in case, yeah, your thoughts on assigning Giacomo Raspadori?
I've never seen somebody you not wanted, um, quite a while. So I took you, like, I've seen Raspadori here and there in Syria because when I watch Roma, but I never took him as somebody who would be a game changer, somebody who is, you know, you would come in and be like, that's the guy, that's the one I want to see, Like, out of Syria, I'm not even sure at
Yes,
this point.
because yeah, Raspadori is a guy like who comes on in the second half, like with
Yeah.
that energy, like he'll help you press in the second half, with his fresh legs and everything. So I do see him as a Simeone kind of a player, but again, we already have a player in that position, so that's the only problem I have with the signing. Otherwise, Raspadori for me is a perfect signing, but we have an extra player in that position now.
Hmm. I think it's a bit weird though, because it's like when you look at the logistics of the signing, right? I'm not a huge fan of Almada, but we signed him for 21 million with a further potential 10 million within the next 3 years if we want to purchase him, right? And if we do sell him, I think there's a 50%, we have 50% as rights or something like that. So we'd have to sell him for like 40 million to break even, which is not ridiculous for a player who's 24, an Argentine international, and would be playing for Atletico. So if it doesn't work out for us, he's 20, he still has options. It's like with Raspadori, who in Syria would want to recover a Raspadori who didn't work? If let's assume it doesn't work out, just for the sake of argument.
Juventus, Napoli, there are teams. So don't worry about Raspadori. He'll walk in. I'm telling you, he'll walk in.
I don't want to be a negative aspect of Raspadori because I don't know enough about Raspadori as him in terms of himself and to see to be negative enough about. But I haven't seen a lot of good from my Serie A usuals. I haven't seen enough good things being said about him, which is not a great sign. But um, if it doesn't work out, he's 26. He's comes from Syria. If things don't work out here, more than likely the most Italian center want to go back to Italy. Who's going to pay 25 million plus for Raspadori if he wants to go back to Syria?
You might not pay 25 million, but again, like, I think he
You'd have
can
to
he
take a
can he
loss.
can at least go for 15 to 20. I think you won't make a loss on him. That's for sure. Again, I
Right.
think the only reason I think we might went with the signing is because we're gonna pay in installments that 22 million fee of Raspadori, and which reminds me of like me buying an phone or something for cheap and then like paying in installments. So maybe that was the case with Enzo Millet because again, like Stuttgart didn't want in installments; they just wanted upfront fee. But then Napoli agreed for installment fee.
True. Yeah.
But yeah, but Raspadori, I think like he knows his role. Like he will be a rotational player, so like he'll know his role. But I think I'm telling you, this guy would be a perfect super sub for Atletico de Madrid. But then again, like you'll have like again either
You have
Almada won't get,
Griezmann, who's literally
yeah,
right there.
exactly, either Almada won't play that much time, either Raspadori won't play that much time because again one will suffer for sure.
So
Mm,
that's unfortunate. I know we're very good with rotation because of what happened last season, up until I think maybe 10 when we fell off. But for the vast majority of last season, about two-thirds of the last season, nobody was a guaranteed starter besides maybe Alvarez and Barrios. Even the centre backs fairly consistently rotated, left backs consistently rotated, you know. So, with that being said, I hope he gets some decent minutes. Maybe he evolves from whatever he did in Napoli. Because all I've seen was what he's like a guaranteed 6 goals a season. So let's get those 6 goals in the good games. You feel me? Like I
no,
hope he does
he
well.
he will definitely bring that energy in the second half. That's for sure. I mean, like he's you can say again,
Hmm.
like we say Thiago Almada as like a perfect Korea replacement. Raspadori is again like kind of like a similar profile, but Raspadori is like much more energetic. I would say energetic as in sense, he
I'm not even sure Almada or Raspadori is a perfect. Let's say perfect career replacement. The
not
replacement, they're
perfect,
not
perfect. Obviously, I mean like Korea took his time. Korea took his time when he got into 27, 28. Like he got much more mature.
yeah.
So yeah,
So
I think
in that sense, no. But we'll see. I This is not something I particularly. Neither of those two signings are something I thought were a priority. I think we needed a centre back before that. I think we needed a. I was more looking forward to a potential striker, but
that's it. No more. I don't think we should. There's no
I
room for
could
any
see.
signings up front now.
Yeah, there's none. So that's not a potential. So that's the reason why I wasn't. And then worse yet, I think the Almada deal kind of complicated further signings because by him being an Argentine international with no international passport, you now have to sell one of Molina, Lino, or Gallagher to compensate for the signing, which is like that no longer becomes a market opportunity. You've just messed up your own market by signing him. So it's like if we signed Raspadori before Almada, maybe that would have been something I could have been a little more excited about because it would have been like, okay, well, he's just coming in as a substitute. This won't block a potential, whatever. But I'm in here now. I hope they do well. Um, yeah, I think we talked enough about Raspadori. Let's move to the next one. So
True.
yeah,
I mean, like, yeah, we definitely. I don't think like there will be any signings up front, and
yeah.
I don't think there will be any signings at all right now, unless and until Molina leaves. If Molina leaves, we will sign a centre back.
Hmm.
That's the only, and that I think that'll be in favor of Atleti only. So that's a good move. If Molina leaves, then we sign a centre back. But again, let's see. For some reason, Argentinians have some clause, in Atletico. They can't leave so easily. Uh, but anyway, another possible departure could be Gallagher, which again, like we heard some news. Newcastle was keeping tabs on Gallagher again. Deadline day might get interesting for Atletico de Madrid with either Gallagher or Nahuel Molina. The much more I see Gallagher leaving than Nahuel Molina actually, because Gallagher again. Uh, it's like much more of a money machine for us right now, because again we can get easily 40 to 50 for him, for Gallagher, and Premier League clubs would pay that much fee for Gallagher easily as well. So maybe I see Gallagher leaving. Maybe again, that's a maybe. And if Gallagher leaves, I don't expect Atleti to make any signing as well, because again, I think midfield is pretty much covered. With Thiago Almada, he can also play as a midfielder.
Hmm.
Another rumor which I heard was again Jadon Sancho for Atleti Madrid, which doesn't make sense to me now at all. We have Raspadori, Thiago Almada. I mean, like, why do you need Jadon Sancho now? Like, it doesn't make sense. I just need a
Uh,
defender. I just need a defender. That's it.
yeah.
That's it. That's it. 11th signing for Atleti Madrid, a defender. That's it. Done. We are done with the transfer window. Pack your bags, prepare for La Liga. That's it. Jadon Sancho, no, come on, that's a joke. It can't be true. But yeah, anyways, in case, any rumor you heard?
Um, the Jadon Sancho is one of the rumors I heard. Besides the Molina potentially leaving and Gallagher potentially leaving, I haven't heard anybody coming in. Like I haven't heard rumors of us negotiating or looking at any players. So I don't know. It was like that. Remember that random Cardoso? Sorry, not Cardoso. Casado rumor coming to Atletico some for some reason. And like I don't think it had any real weight behind it, but yeah. I mean, we'll see. I think if somebody leaves, like Gallagher or Molina, maybe we'll see somebody coming in. I don't see.
In midfield, I don't think so. In midfield, if Gallagher leaves, we're
No,
not
no, not
signing a
Molina.
midfielder.
I think, ironically, despite Gallagher covering for Barrios, I think we probably don't sign a midfielder. I think we go for that centre back. It might be, the guy we've been looking for the entire summer in Conti Romero, but that
That
might be.
that'll be a dream. Coutinho Romero going to Atletico Madrid as the last signing for this
Yeah.
season. Wow. Yeah, I can. I'm literally having an orgasm right now thinking about it. But yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna
Uh,
happen, guys.
yeah. Next time, we'll see. I think the transfer market. It does seem like the transfer market is closed. We've been very slow in terms of this so far, and I think for the most part, it seems like everything's done. So, if something like that comes up again, we'll talk about it. But for now, I think we'll just stick to um, our expectations of what we would see from this season and maybe match reviews and these other things. Yeah.
So yeah, there you go, guys. Do let us know your opinions in the comment section. What do you guys think about the game against Newcastle? What do you guys think about Atletico de Madrid lifting a trophy? And what do you guys think about the signing of Giacomo Raspadori? Are you guys happy with it? What are your thoughts on the signing? And I mean, Raspadori is our 10th signing for this window, which is bizarre. Like, literally, everyone is jealous of us right now. They're literally saying, "You better win a trophy. You better win a trophy." I'm like, "Oh," well, like some people doesn't have any sense at all. But yeah, anyway, it's mostly those Barker dogs and yeah, Madrid idiots on the other side. But yeah, anyway. So do let us know your opinions and help us reach 500 subscribers. We are still quite far from our goal. And do like this video and do share it with your another Atleti fans as well. And until then, also we might do a video on a preview of the season, which again we'll see how that pans out. So yeah, make sure you keep your schedule free for the midweek when we'll drop that video. Until then, I would say Opa Atleti, and hopefully we can see Atleti do good things for the upcoming La Liga season and the Champions League season. Until then, Opa Atleti, see you guys soon.